Well, it was great second half, great comeback, uh, some outstanding efforts. Nas had a tremendous game, and then obviously Leash and Rye were outstanding, and it was nice to see that we expended that much energy getting back in the game. It was nice to see that we finished it off.
Questions in the room? Thoughts about just clear eye.
Leash, yeah, she's especially that second half. She was aggressive. She was attacking the rim. She was getting to the foul line. She knocked down threes, and she was playing outstanding defense. So like. The level that she's been playing at to start the season has been remarkable.
Coach, to get you back in the game, you had a 15-6 run in the last 5.5 minutes. What was the message that you said to your team to kind of get back into this game?
I just told them if we, after a real slow start, then it was kind of even. I thought we had a run in us to get back in the game, and I just wanted us to keep competing. And if we got the run, we could see if we could maybe finish it off. And uh, fortunately, we got it like right before the end of the third quarter, and we had a great fourth, and we get to go home with a W.
And thoughts on how you thought BG did after returning?
Well, we knew we weren't going to get too many minutes for BG because she's really they had very limited practice, just got back to practice. But we know that BG is a big part of what we're going to be doing here. And once we get back, we got a couple more days off. She gets a few practices under her belt. I'm sure she'll get back to just what she was doing before her injury.
What did Nas do for you?
Well, I mean, the second shots, defensively, she was outstanding, forcing tough shots, helping, she really improved our ball screen defense by, her technique, guarding ball screens. And then, you know, she, her screening and exit velocity to the rim was, creating some great opportunities for us. So, she's, last few games, she's just been outstanding and she's given us a big lift off the bench each time.
We'll go to questions on Zoom. Go ahead, guys.
Coach, uh, great win. Let me talk to you about the change in philosophy a little bit. I know it might be part of the game, but it looks like in the second half y'all attacked more to the rim. It was like in the first half was a lot more shots from the outside. But was that a conscious effort to roll more towards the rim to get towards the rim in the second half?
Well, I thought our pace wasn't great to start the game. Like we weren't moving, we were pretty stagnant. So we definitely talked about our pace and looking to attack off the ball screens. And I just thought like Rye in particular off the ball screen was just making good decision after good decision after good decision. I mean, she just came up huge for us. But as we mentioned with Nas, and then Bree had some big baskets and 3-point plays for us. So uh, it's not one of those things where we had a couple players play amazing, but we had other players contribute in big ways too. And that's what when you're trying to come back from 15, 17 points, that's what it's going to take, a team effort, and we got that today.
And my last question, Coach. In order to do that and come back from a 17-point, what changes did you make on the defensive side to slow down Seattle a little bit in the second half?
Well, I mean, we try to change up our ball screen coverage. They were hurting us a lot. They're setting the ball screens way out of the scoring area, and they were getting us. So we were just trying to make sure that we went under any ball screen that was way out of the scoring area, so that we weren't giving them easy downhill things and getting us in rotations. They were still very good offensively, I thought. But fortunately, we were able to come back because we were scoring pretty consistently.
Go ahead, Wilton.
Coach, what you elected to go to more of a small ball lineup in that third quarter. What made you do that at that point in time versus kind of, using it more earlier on in the game?
Well, we were down, and I wanted to push the tempo a little bit, and uh, they were definitely hurting us in ball screens. And I thought if we went a little smaller, we might have a better opportunity to defend them a little bit better. Uh, So we went to it and it was working pretty well. So we just kind of stuck with it throughout the rest of the game.
And then one quick follow up. When you look at, like, obviously this month of May is coming to an end, your first year on the job, first month on the job actually. What have you learned about this team, especially coming back from a win like this, coming back from 17 points?
Well, I think recently, like we've shown much better composure down the stretch of games, like pulling together, understanding what shots we're looking for at the end of games. I just thought we've been a lot better in those situations. And the these games are so close. All these teams are so good. It could come down to one or two possessions at the end of the game, your execution, and if you're able to keep your composure. And I really like the last few games how we've been in these situations.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Coach, this is Kelly from W Switch. About the what about those 7-and-1s that turned the momentum for y'all, and what led y'all to take off and take over the game from there?
I think I missed part of it. Did you say?
The 7-and-1s, though, the 7-and-1s in the second half.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable to have. But
And
we were attacking the rim. We weren't avoiding the contact. And, Bree had a couple big ones. I know Leash had a couple big ones. Rye had one. So everybody was contributing to that. We were just, we definitely had an attack mentality, and, you're making them make a play. And fortunately, we were able to, they were drawing a lot of fouls on us, and Rye was in foul trouble, but, we were at least getting back to the free throw line the other way.
Go ahead, Malik.
Hey, Coach. You guys don't have another game until next Friday. With how well you all have been playing now, I guess, how do you want to keep that momentum going and not have it slow down with such a long break?
No, I mean, this was a lot of games in a very short period of time, and we really didn't have a lot of practice. So, I mean, and with the West Coast trip, we're going to need a couple days of recovery, and then, we'll really have things ready for them when we come back to practice to work on the things that we think can make the biggest impact to our improvement. And then we'll try to get it going again and see if we can't keep getting better.
And we'll finish up with Ernest. Ernest, go ahead.
Coach, Kelsey Plum after your game the other day said that the best teams in the WNBA have been together for a while. And she mentioned this Atlanta Dream Team being together, but y'all did add some new pieces in the offseason. How has this road trip increased chemistry, and how did you see that play out tonight?
Well, I think there's definitely confidence that the players have in one another, and they get along really well on the court and off the court, and they're just kind of building a chemistry. I think the more you share the ball and the more you make good decisions, people's confidence grows and their belief in one another grows. So we're just trying to get better at that, play to everybody's greatness. And I do see us getting, we've gotten a little bit better each game. Hopefully we can continue with that.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
The 7-and-1s is the most ever.
It was. Somebody's keeping track of.
Questions in the room?
I just felt like I was just playing my game. I mean, I really don't know how I feel. It's just my shots was falling tonight. I was just being aggressive.
Any other questions in the room?
Alicia, what's impressed you about Tahina and how she's kind of adapted in the multiple roles that she's had this season?
I'm very impressed. I mean, it's hard coming in as a rookie, but especially as a rookie point guard. She always comes in ready when her name is called, and she always make big baskets for us.
Go ahead, Wilton.
Nas, you had the highest plus minus in the stat sheet today. I mean, obviously we've talked about it multiple times before. Your knack for being able to get offensive rebounds. How do you always find yourself in the right spot at the right times? Being able to get those rebounds, especially in some really timely buckets for you guys going down the stretch.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is always to try to do the little things for this team. I know how
strong we are in a lot of positions, a lot of spots, how great offensively a lot of my teammates are. And I just try to do little things to get them extra shots and opportunities. In terms of offensive rebounding, I feel like I'm at a point in the season where I know where most of my shots are going to fall, whether it's long or short, left or right. And that's just something that I've always really pride myself on, is being able to track down those extra possessions for my teammates, but also having a focus to know like where the ball's coming off.
Go ahead, Glaze.
Leash, seemed like in the second half, you and everybody had a concentrated going down the lane, getting to the rack. Got a lot of and ones in the second half. Was that a conscious effort, or that was just was being given to you at the time?
We just took what was given to us, and at the time, the lane to the basket being aggressive, what was open, so we just took advantage of it.
Nah, I would be remiss. I've seen a couple of games now. That three is looking a little fresh right now. I mean, what's going on with it? How you feeling out there outside the 3-point line this year?
If you guys know our coach, you know how much he loves three pointers. And he's really been working with me, since training camp, to have confidence in it and, to consistently shoot it the exact same way every single time. So just being more confident. I mean, my teammates, if you hear them ever. They want me to shoot the three all the time. Like sometimes I'm like, guys, I'm not open, and they're like, you need to shoot the ball. But that's just like the type of team that we have. Just so really want to have everybody do well, and they put each other before themselves. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this organization who really trusts and believes in me every single night. And it's easy to go out there and play and put the ball in the basket when you have people around you like that.
Great win. Thank you.
Ernest, you good to go?
Hey, Naz, Ryan the other day called you the true leader of the team, and I've seen you multiple times talking to the team right after the game. You're probably one of those lead voices. Today, when you were down and you had to kind of make that comeback, what was your consistent message to the team during that time, and what was your mindset during that comeback?
Yeah, I think our biggest thing was that, we felt like we hadn't played very well. We hadn't seen our best selves or the way that we actually want to play basketball. So that was our mindset, like, knowing that that wasn't our best shot and being able to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position to, make sure that we're playing Atlanta Dream basketball. I think that was the mindset. Like, there's no need to get down on ourselves. We haven't played our best brand of basketball, and we felt like they had. So we just had to push, get to our spots, our shots, and go from there. We never felt like we were going to lose. At least I didn't. I knew what we had in the bag and what was to come. So we just kept the positive mindset of knowing that we hadn't played our best brand of basketball.
And
Go ahead.
33 points. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Ernest, if you had
All
another.
right, 33 points for Ryan. Just basically, just talk to us a little bit about how she's really just balling out right now.
Yeah, I mean, Raya is just a one of a kind player. She does so much for this team offensively and defensively, and you guys were really able to see her offensive game. When she's hot, she's hot. And some of the shots may look tough, for those are the ones that she practices and that she doesn't. She puts those shots up, and sometimes I don't even know how she does it, but it goes in, and I'm happy. So she just really took it on the chin, and like when we needed clutch buckets, she had the ball in her hand, and she, just made great reads, not just not just in terms of her scoring, but she also had, I think, 5 assists. And that's just a testament to who she is. Like obviously she could put up every single shot, but she finds her teammates as well. So just all around offensively, a great player, and she just did what we needed from her tonight.
And go ahead, Malik.
For both of you, you guys don't play another game until 7 days next Friday. For you all, do you feel like you want to go out there and play another game in next 2 days and keep the momentum going, or do you just want to kind of embrace this break that you all are having?
I mean, this allows us to go back to the drawing board and keep improving on what we need to, the mistakes that we made in the game. So it's nice that we do get this break because it allows us to go back to practice and fix the little kinks that we have, so we're able to come back stronger in our next game.